Hi, all of the sign of Leo. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am, here to give you your message for August 2026. I hope you enjoy it. So, I want to say August is going to be amazing, but collectively, it might not be. So, I need you to keep that in mind and be very open minded because it does feel like a little sketch energy in the four energies that I felt for the month of August. For everybody that is new, welcome. I usually pick at least 3 to 4 astrological events, let you know what's the 411 of those astrological events, and then I see with Oracle and Tarot how it's going to be affecting you. So, that being said, let's start really quick. August 3rd, that goes all the way to January 6, 2026. Chiron will go on retrograde in Taurus. And this is something that's going to be focusing on your money and your material world and the sense of security that you have within it. That would mean it's going to talk about money, it's going to talk about the environment, like the world's environment and your physical body. And it's usually something that has to do where it's falling short. This can bring energies of scarcity. It can bring energy of economic strain, and it can bring energies of feeling like you're in crisis. So it's important that you keep yourself structured in this month of July and prepare for a possible hit into your health, your finances, or the environment. Now, talking about history so that you understand why I'm telling you this. The last time Chiron was on retrograde in Taurus was about 50 years ago. So that was 1975 to 1977. And that is when the world had the worst inflation period in this modern era. And we're about there right now, where there was wage stagnation, where there was a recession, and that led to major strikes that made to workers' rights activation, and it also led to fair wages. So there's always a bad thing that accompanies a good thing, and that's the reason why we're looking into it. The other thing that happened is that in the mid 70s, there was changes in reproductive rights, there was changes in disability rights, and there was also changes in mental health reform. So like I said, because these problems address themselves very strongly during this period, it usually provokes a shift in the energy. So I want to see how it's going to be affecting you. I'm looking around because I'm like, which cards do I want to pick? Let me start with this. For my Leos that are going to be watching this reading, just for them, for this collective in this channel, how will this beginning of August Chiron retrograde in Taurus affect them? This is interesting. Oh, wow, I got 3. Look at this. I thought it was 1, but I got 3. And we have the Observer, the Fork in the Road, and Serendipity. So what I'm hearing here, Leo, is that you're going to have to keep your eyes open because there's going to be a pivot point that you're going to have to do in the month of August. But once you pivot, everything seems to like fall in its lap. So while I'm telling you that this is one of those things that look negative, it ends up being pretty positive. And here it looks like keep your eyes open because options are going to open up and it's your opportunity to gain while other people are losing. And it's not laughing at the situation, but that's the truth. Like people that are prepared, people that are worried, people that are prepared, people that are ready for potential downfalls and things like this. And this is why we're doing this reading this far in advance, so you prepare for August. You then prepare for the what ifs, and then you have the potential to open the door for some kind of new opportunity. And this looks pretty good. So let's find out what this is all about. Wow. We have Justice. And then I heard in my head, it's only fair. Then we have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have it says the Valet of goblets, which is the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Valet of Discs, which is the I'm hearing Caballero in my head, which is the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Sun card, which is your energy. Now, I need you to remember that though August looks a little sketch, you have to keep in mind that Jupiter is in your sign. There's like so many things that are also helping you in this like energy that's around you, so it's a good thing, okay? And we also have that south node, north node energy shift, so that's also a positive. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing an energy where I want to say the wheels of fate are shifting in your favor. It's something where you're becoming balanced and doing things on your own in your finances that are going to bring you a lot of victory moving forward. I feel like with the Page of Cups, you're going to be blocking off a lot of people, and it's a double block, okay? Because we have the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands. I'm seeing that you're going to see the writing in the wall, and you are going to say a hell no to a lot of people that are around you. And the reason why you're doing it is because you're going to be focusing on growing financially yourself, and growing in your health and growing in your well-being, and you're really clear about the direction that you want to go going forward. So I mean, legit, this is really positive. This is like you finally opened your eyes to what you should entertain and what you shouldn't entertain, and then you're like, I'm sorry, I ain't got time for everybody's BS. I have my eyes open for some opportunities to be able to move forward. Wow. And then in the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles. We also have the Four of Wands. Literally, it's talking about a strong foundation when it comes to your work life. Then we have the Three of Swords and the Tower. And I think what's ending for you is a period of freaking stress when it comes to your stability, your financial stability. Then we have the Ten of Wands with the King of Cups. Okay? I do feel, though, that though you're blocking off some people from your life, and though you're moving in a new direction, you still feel heavy, empathetic for people that are struggling, but you also know that because of how everything is, you're not in a place to be able to carry anyone, if that makes sense. And we have the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. And the reason why you're not going to be able to carry anyone is because, and that follows with the world. The world is going through a period of crisis. So it's not like, even though you seem to be pretty stable, it's not like you're in the right place to be able to carry other people so that they can be stable. It's kind of like the survival of the fittest in a way in the beginning of the month of August, because this is a time where you're looking for opportunities. There's different places that you're going to be pivoting. You're going to have a lot of good luck, but it's not going to be the case for other people. Again, I'm seeing you empathetic, but you're also very conscious of the fact that you can't carry other people. So that's actually really good. I was expecting these readings to be really scary, but no, they're looking good. I'm good. I was like a little frightened about how that was going to affect the readings, because the energy is pretty heavy for August. The second thing is August 12th. There's a new moon in your sign of Leo, but there is also a solar eclipse in your sign of Leo. And then, to make things even more crazy, Mercury is in Leo and it conjuncts with Pluto in Aquarius. And Mercury is in Leo and it trines with Neptune Aries. And also Mercury is in Leo and it sextiles with Uranus in Gemini. Like literally, I'm like reading a whole list of things that are here for this time. And it feels like you're gonna stop hiding what you know, how you know it, how you can create a new reality for yourself. I feel like your ego, the Leo mind, with Jupiter is being expansive in a way that's more authentically you than the person that you've had to be so that you can accommodate for the world's needs, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a complete uprooting of the person that is you, Leo, into the person that you know you truly are, and being unapologetic about it, dissolving all other aspects of yourself because this is your true version and claiming that version of yourself. It's very positive. But like always, a positive can also create negatives. So always be open-minded in how this energy can shift. Also keep in mind that if the energy shifts to a negative, it's because something had to be removed so the positive can happen. And I am a big believer in that. Rejection is God's protection. There's always something that we can work on, all right? So about this August 12th, biggest thing that you're going to have to be careful with in August 12th. Remember how I was telling you were going through a good period of time in the beginning of the month? Now, look at August 12th. The first thing I see is gaslighted, manipulated, doubting yourself, twisted truths. So, and I feel like when I'm seeing this of gaslighting, I feel like it's not just people around you gaslighting you, like making you feel guilty for having this positive movement forward or whatever, but also gaslighting yourself, kind of saying, I can't, look at how bad things are. This is going to be terrible. Try not to do that to yourself. One of the things that I can tell you that you should really focus on in August is don't let your mind wander into low frequency doubts, fears, and things like that, because that's the whole point of August. It's like you're expanding your ego. And if you expand the ego in the positive, you're going to bring a lot of positive things to you. But if you expand the ego in the negative, you will bring that also. The second thing that comes out is used, then discarded, throwing away, devalued, emotional trash. And then the third thing is I never meant enough. Unseen, unchosen, rejected. Okay, this is super important because I'm going to tell you what's going to gaslight you. What's going to gaslight you is, remember how in the beginning I told you you're empathetic of people's losses, right? You're empathetic of the hard times that people are going through. You're empathetic of like everything really, but you're not, and the economy in the world is not in a place where you can pick up everybody and help them move forward. You're still in the process of getting strong within yourself. And what I'm seeing here is that you're going to get gaslit and manipulated through guilt by the people that you're saying, I'm sorry, I can't help you. That's what it feels like. You know, people have a really good way of manipulating you to do something that you know that you don't want to do because of guilt, because of shame. People also shame when you're in a good place and they're not seeing what caused them to get in that spot. And I need you to remember that you were not the cause for that person or those people or whatever to fail right now. That wasn't their actions, their free will. And you chose to make a direction in a different way. So keep that in mind. Tell me more about this gaslighting energy. Ace of Swords, and this is important. Do you see how her back is turned and the light is being shown through? It seems like her ear/head, kind of this area. That's important because the Ace of Swords is truth, clarity, but it's being sent behind her back, something she's not expecting. Page of Emotions. This is the Page of Cups that we saw backwards in the other place. That's the person or the situations you were blocking because you knew that you weren't going to be able to carry them. This is so crazy that it's coming up because it's coming up exactly the same. Okay? I know how this is going to affect, but I'm going to, okay. So, and then we have awakening, which is judgment. Okay. This is what I'm going to tell you about that. The energy that I'm seeing in this situation, I'm just double checking. The energies that I'm seeing in this situation is that because you're blocking these people or whoever this is that is like going through a hard time, right? I'm seeing that when you're not conscious of it, right? Because the lady's not looking in front of us, it's coming from the back. So when you're not conscious of it, so through your dream state, when your mind is idle, etc., these people or certain people will be starting to pop into your head. If your mind starts wandering into a topic of an individual and then things that you guys have lived through each other, and then all this kind of stuff, and just kind of going through a mind like rewind of this person, it is to create a connection towards you. That means that other person is probably ruminating about you, thinking about you, etc. So when that happens, stop your mind, right? You can say stop it, or you can just say, like, see yourself pulling out that whole thought processing, putting it in a box, tying it up and burning it because you don't want it. And if you have to go in an extreme, you can do like a little burning bowl or a ritual to just like clear it out, because it's like, you're not my burden to carry, because this sounds like somebody is going through judgment. We have the Muse of Voices, which is the King of Swords, and we have the Three of Materials. That for me tells me that, we had judgment just a second ago, and the King of Swords can represent the law, like police officers, soldiers, etc. Also like really strong narcissistic energy, but just talk about police officers, soldiers, etc. And we have judgment here, and then we have the Three of Materials here. So I do feel like it's three different like groups that are getting together. So if I'm looking at it, I believe that everything in this world, it works on threes: your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if you were thinking about it as police officers, right, the police officers would be the body. The mind would be court systems, making final decisions, writing papers, etc. And then the spirit is the spirit that is aiding those individuals to lay down the law. And what I'm seeing here is that, wow, and it's coming quickly because we have the Knight of Voices, which is the flying horse coming. And you know what's interesting? The sun is behind, and this is like an open portal to a sky. And I feel like after the clarity comes, an portal opens and this energy flies out of it to be able to clear the space with this energy. I feel like some people around you, maybe friends, family, loved ones, people you work with, associates, acquaintances, the collective, the community you're in, it doesn't matter, but it feels strongly like somebody's receiving judgment, and it feels spiritual that is trickling down to the human form, and they'll find themselves having problems with lawyers, problems with courts, problems with police, problems with any kind of that kind of public official, and that's the reason they feel like you betrayed them, or that you're not interested, and that you're just an a-hole for not being there. In the bottom of the deck, a tower moment. I mean, hello. That's exactly how it feels like. Like, these individuals are experiencing strong tower moments, but they're not seeing that the tower moments is because of what they invested in. Seven of Materials, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And they're not seeing that the Five of Swords, this is their olive branch for them to see the errors of their ways so that they can part the waters in front of them. This is the Seven of Inspiration, so they can block negative thoughts and part the BS of the Seven of Swords so that they can have the happiness that they want with the Two of the 10 of Pentacles. So then what I'm seeing here with the 2 of Swords is that this is the dilemma. This is where they're divided. The doorway is open and they can walk through it, but it requires them to acknowledge the fact that maybe their actions are creating these conflicts that they have around them. And if they actually did what they had to do, they would actually be at the same boat as you. And instead, they're blaming you for the problem. And they're holding on to that anger, and they're explosive about that anger, and they're going to be coming towards you, right? Sending you messages and actually traveling towards you because they're stuck in their feelings. And it's like, okay, I understand. And they're going to be gaslighting you, making you feel like you're the bad guy when you had nothing to do with it. It was the consequences of their actions. And so I don't know how to tell you except for the fact that I feel like get ready to have a lot of enemies around you in the month of August, because people are not going to be happy that you're happy. And it's because they're choosing their path, and it's according to them your fault that they're messed up. That doesn't even make sense, but for them it does. Okay. The next thing that we're going to look into is August 15th. August 15th, Mercury in Leo creates a conjunction with Jupiter in Leo. Tell me if that's not an awesome expansion of your words. And then it also creates a sextile with Uranus and Gemini, which is chaos, change, and a trine in Neptune and Aries, which is a return of what's hidden within you, clearly stating it, and creating an opposition with Pluto and Aquarius, and how what you want and who you are and how you're going to be expressing these truths might go against what other people want, but it is your truth. And it's kind of like expect lies to come to light, informations come to the surface. It's kind of like a big reveal. And I'm expecting to see it very bold, very loud, and very public in things that have to do with like the world. But when it comes to you, it's kind of like you pulling out receipts. And so this starts about August 15th. And I want to see what you're going to be pulling out receipts from, because it seems like the beginning of the month up to the 15th, you've been like getting hit by people mad about the fact that you're okay. And how is that your fault? Right? Like your life is a product of your own actions. Mine is a product of mine. Hello? So let's see how that's going to affect you. Look at that. You're making healthy choices. It says healthy choices. Making a healthy choice is in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. In other words, not accepting those people's gaslighting BS. Camera, reminiscing, keepsakes. This is the receipts. Reminiscing, keepsakes, perception, learn from the past, making memories. That, I feel that's the receipts. And then we got not enough. Frustrated in relationships, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, egos, issues, and jealousy. And that is, I mean, like, if you just needed a perfect picture, this is like the difference between you and whoever them is. That's the difference. You're sitting there with your little tea, I'm really happy, okay, cool. And then you're calling and you're pulling out receipts to all the BS that they're crying about. Like, how is it your fault that they're sad, miserable, depressed because, oh, things are not going your way? Well, what did you do to make things go your way? And so, I mean, Leo, you know that you guys are the lion and you're the son of truth. And when you've had it, you've had it. And what I'm seeing is that you're going to take the shits the beginning of the month. And already by the middle of the month, you're like, F this. I'm not taking your shit just because you didn't know how to live your life. Whew, you saw that? A whole pack came out. Here, this is the Five of Pentacles. Literally those people coming to you crying about how, oh, so poor baby, poor me, smallest violin in the world. And you've been with your mouth shut with the High Priestess. You've just been observing it and keeping your mouth shut. But they're They're getting you there. It's coming here, right? And then here you go. I'm losing sleep. They're stressing me out. I feel like I'm going to explode if they continue doing what they're doing. I'm going to put this to rest. Four of Swords. And then what happens? Here's where you balance out the scales. This is the Justice card. That started out your reading, and now we're seeing it again. I think this is all about you balancing out the scales that are around you, calling shit for what it is, and stop beating around the bush. And then what do we have? We have Judgment of the Seven of Coins. This is like, okay, so if you're talking about how terrible I am and that I'm this and I'm that and whatever, let's talk truth here. Let me show you the receipts. Let me tell you why you're where you're at. They shouldn't have messed with you, Leo. That's all I'm going to say. We have the six. Shut up. Look, the Six of Wands with the World card. You're literally victorious in this new world. New opportunities are coming, a lot of actions that you're going to take, and it's a strong foundation for you. You're moving away from heaviness. Literally, look at, we have the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and then the Eight of Cups. You're like, I'm focused on being happy, calm, and relaxed. I'm not carrying a heavy load for anybody, and I'm going to be relaxed. And I'm going to walk away from anything that is Five of Cups. I'm walking away from all this BS, and I'm going to walk towards the things that make me happy. And I am seeing you really happy and celebrating, especially in things with work, and blocking the energy of these fools. Like, this is crazy, because sometimes when you see a reading, I mean, I don't know if you saw the reading of last month, but you know, your energy shifted a lot during the month. It wasn't one topic through the whole thing, but here it looks like all the way through the 15th, you're dealing with the same people crying about the same shit. And you're like, you know, what, am I supposed to feel sorry for the fact that you couldn't figure things out when I told you to kind of wake up? Then the next thing that we're going to look at is August 28th. And again, this is a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. So the moon is all about water. Pisces is all about water. And then the eclipse, that is fire, it's going to be focusing on water. And you remember how I told you that the nodes shifted? So this is the final phasing out of that old node system. So Pisces is no longer going to be influencing. And that is one of those energies where people believe they're intuitive, but they're just really reading somatic symbols because of the fact that they have been wounded, right? So your intuition is really just wounding. It's not real intuition. And so as this happens, it feels like a massive collective soul death that's going to be taking place in the end of August, and then it's going to continue to move into September, right? And so there's this massive soul death that is going to kind of bring forth traumas. It's going to bring forth grief that is not processed. So I would recommend you processing them if they come up during the month, so it doesn't blur your vision about where you're going in the future. Okay, so let's see how this is going to affect you. This is a really good reading, Leo. I mean, I think one of the best ones that I've had for you. Well, no, I had that one that you guys were going to make it big financially, but this one's pretty damn good. Like, I busted my ass for what I got, and I'm not going to give it to you. So I'm going to see how this huge, massive soul death is going to affect you. This is perseverance, breaking through the congestion around you. And I think that's all those toxic individuals. There's something coming, a surprise that you're not expecting. Some kind of document and some kind of paper. And then we have the geisha. 1 second. So as I'm looking at this energy, what I'm seeing is that once you finally break through the BS of everybody kind of being salty AF because you're doing pretty good, right? Some surprise is coming, right? Something you weren't expecting, and it has to do with some paperwork that is going to reveal to you, it's like a level up, right? So it can be final documentations that you needed for a career. It can be signing like a new contract for a new job. It can be this, definitely this month has to do with your career. It has nothing to do with some kind of romantic anything. But it finally seems like final signing of paperwork and official things so that you can level up. Because geishas represent that energy of refinement, of revealing something that is like precious within you, right? So I feel like what I want to tell you is that something new, a new level up, a new level of prestige, a new, like, it feels like, you know, when a person graduates and then finally they get a job that expresses that diploma that they received. That's what this feels like. And now you're not the same level that you were before. You're like a level higher, and now you're revealing all the things that you have learned from that experience. Oh, I'm hoping you can hear me, because I just realized this thing turned down like that. Okay, 1 second. Let me put it on the side so it doesn't go down my shirt again. So this feels good. It feels like you're in the end of August is leveling you up into another energy. So I'm gonna see what that energy is all about. 9 of Wands. That's that persistence that we're seeing with the flower coming out of the cement. Queen of Swords. Freaking smart. You're sharp as a whip. 9 of Cups. Two of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Oh my God. This does feel like a new job, new opportunity, new something. I was like, 6 of Cups. And this is really interesting. I'm going to take 2 more out for the 6 of Cups, okay? Oh, look at that. 2 flew out. Empress and Wheel of Fortune. Shut up. Shut up. That's important. So what we're seeing here is you being really resistant. You being able to move forward, and that newfound clarity that you're getting, like in your mind, the wisdom, you're going to just sit there and you're going to be like, and now I wait because I know this is going to happen for me. And here comes the offer, this connection that's going to be able to move you forward. It's a collaboration through work with another person. And this is soul family. 6 of Pentacles is somebody or some, like a community, an energy that comes from your true essence. So the people you're connecting to, they're like you. They come from like-minded energy. They have the same desires for your future and for their future and for the world's future, right? And then we'll see in the Wheel of Fortune with the Empress, and this is an energy of entering into a period of prosperity. I mean, like, literally, you're like the flower that, I mean, the plant that has a flower coming out of its ass, or like the cat that no matter how you throw him always lands on his feet. You're having very, very positive energy for August. I mean, it's your month though, but still, I mean, it's really good. And then we have this energy of the High Priestess with the Knight of Cups, 6 of Pentacles with the 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups with the 9 of Cups. I mean, 9 of Swords. And so one of the things that they do tell you is that though you're going through this new positive movement forward, it does not mean that you go to sleep. The High Priestess is talking about still be very observant, still look, still listen, still acknowledge, and don't say too much about what you're doing next, because there's still a lot of energies roaming around you. 8, 9 energies, maybe more, okay, that are there to confuse you, to derail you, to ask so that you can give. And they will use many different tactics. I feel like the higher you go in your energy, right, the harder it is to detect the devil energy that is around you, okay? Just as much as you're getting smarter, the energies around you are getting smarter as well. I do see you kind of walking away from anything that makes you lose sleep so that you can be able to move forward. I mean, the month flipping is amazing. Again, look, we have in the Six of Swords with the Queen of Cups. You are walking away from anything that affects you negatively in your emotions. It's about time. I just feel like they're yeah, you know what you want and you're going to go for it. And I mean, everything is aligning to give you exactly what you deserve. So go for it. I hope this helps.